only difference between me and somebody else is I stuck it out longer. I didn't have enough quit. Now I want to read a little, somebody raised a question there?
No, I love that fact that you don't have enough quit.
That's right.
That's
Right. I'm going to read a few parts of the Declaration of Independence. Of course, anybody can go to the internet and load it down or download it. It says here, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for who?
People?
One people.
We.
One people. At this point, to dissolve the political bands. This is shown right up front. This is a divorce summons and complaint, which have connected them with another to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. How many people have heard something that the nation, that our nation is called? What do we call them? What are we identified with? Are we unique? What's the word?
Exceptional.
Exceptional. Why are we called exceptional? Does anyone ever think of that? They hear the term and a lot of people say, well, we don't want to be exceptional. We want to be just like all the other nations of the earth. What gave us the right to be called exceptional?
Ourselves.
Well, all of the other nations of the earth can do that too, and have done that. What is the one thing we did that no one else did?
We separated. We seceded from our empire, from the king.
We said we didn't want a king. We wanted to organize not under the authority of a king, but under the authority of the person who created our earth and who created us. That's what makes us exceptional.
The authority of
God.
Under the authority of our Creator.
Amen.
Okay? So that frees us from kings. Because we choose to be free and we struggle to be free, that's the only way we can become free. Now, one of the things here in this statement that's very, very important for you guys, and I think it was for me, is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. In a court of law, when someone, an attorney or a lawyer, stands up and says, well, this is self-evident, what are they saying?
things speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself.
That's right. And I don't need a document, a piece of paper to prove it. Okay. And what is it that is self-evident? I'm no better than any of you.
All men are created equal.
Right. And who gave us our right to be? Our Creator. We can argue about what his name is. I'll tell you his name is Yahweh. That's what I call him. Okay? Yahweh. Okay. And we have certain inalienable rights. Anyone know what that key word means? Inalienable?
It's impossible for anyone to take it.
Right, given to us by God, and therefore a king is less powerful than God. No king is God, right? So therefore, if we went to the highest power there was, and we made a direct connection, then we're equal or higher than the kings. Is that right?
No,
We're not.
we are all equal. Nobody is higher than another.
Well, in certain respects, but we're talking about in authority to rule over one another. One of the things that will fracture an organization, you guys don't want to be fractured, do you?
No.
You want to grow and you want to live in harmony.
Yes.
We have to watch out for things that would cause us to separate and divide. What would be the easiest way, if the government decided they wanted to put you out of business, what would be one of the best ways they could use, what's the best tactic they could use?
Send in agents provocateurs to stir up dissent. Taxes 100%.
What'd you say?
Taxes 100%.
Divide Congress, they already are taxing us 100%.
Resistance.
Where in the Constitution does it say that the government had the power to create money? It defined what money was. Where does it say? What wording in the Constitution says the government has the right to create money?
Who doesn't?
It says that Congress has the right to create Congress.
Does it say anywhere in the Constitution they can create a central bank?
No, it doesn't. Central bank isn't the government.
Who runs it?
We don't really know. That's
A corporation.
But there are a board of governors, and
Who appoints them?
Elected officials.
stockholders.
I have no idea. The president appoints the head of the federal.
Isn't the corporations that provides money to the government that's pretty much pulling the purse strings? I mean, if it isn't.
Where do the corporations get money?
From us.
Central bank. They loan money to the government at interest.
Does anybody have a document here that says what they're using for currency is money? Does it say money on it anywhere?
It says legal tender.
Does it say money though, does it?
No.
Same thing.
Says Federal Reserve note.
What is a note?
Basically an IOU.
It's proof of debt, is
Yeah.
it not?
An IOU.
Is it proof of debt?
Yes.
So who owes who?
They owe us.
We owe the central bank, all of us.
What if the only thing that makes this instrument of debt a means of exchange, what if the only thing is good faith and credit of the United States?
People better have faith.
Do you have faith in it?
No, that's why I'm here.
How many people do you know that just believe wholeheartedly in the Federal Reserve and the U.S. government? You believe that they're the cat's meow?
I don't believe it, but I know two people do.
Yeah. And are those people productive people? Are they do they live off the government? They derive their benefits from the government? Is that what we're
Depends
doing?
on those pieces of paper purchasing those items like rent, food, and whatever else.
And
As long as we all exchange that money, the system works.
And then they've created a monopoly on currency, haven't they? So if people in Arkansas wanted to create their own unit of exchange and they wanted to back it with bushels of corn or bushels of rice or lake beds of catfish,
They
make
can
it
do
some
that as
labor,
long as it's not authorized by the state.
right? So really, what's holding us back as people?
Ignorance.
That's all.
People don't know that they can do that. They don't understand.
They tell us what we can and can't do, right? Isn't that the function of a king?
Some other people tell them some other people how to do things.
Right.
We're allowing them to say, yeah, this is how.
Well, they could regulate interstate commerce, so that would government.
My point is that there's a whole bunch of do's and don'ts, isn't there?
What?
Do's and don'ts.
Laws.
Dictatorship.
How long is the Constitution on 8.5 by 11 paper? How long? 17 pages. Yeah, in 12-point type.
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the Bill of Divorcement. I'm talking about how long was the only set of laws in the Constitution that's listed in the Bible that the Israelites had to go by? How many rules was there?
You're talking about several hundred. The law is like 600 something or other.
No? What are the 10 main tenets?
Commandments.
10,
There was much more laws than Ten Commandments.
yeah. Those are regulations. There's a difference between a law and a regulation, right? Now, when we write our laws, when our legislators write, well, actually, you don't write the law, so I can't even ask the question that way. When our Congress permits a law or a piece of legislation to be enacted that becomes a law, do they write the regulations inside that law?
Not anymore.
Haven't
They
even-
authorize agencies.
Lobbyists